Rideshare Commando. Now, I want to give you some pro tips for tomorrow, because tonight and tomorrow, I'm sure you've noticed since Christmas, things have been pretty slow in a big city with a whole lot of corporate activity. That's because corporate is gone. Maybe you're where they went to, which is awesome for you right now. But for those of us with big cities where everybody flew out or they're not working, here are some pro tips for you. Number one, don't stay in city center. If you stay in the city center, you're going to get shafted. And the reason being is people are not in the city center at businesses. Hold on. I want to talk to you. They're not in the city center at businesses, okay? But they are going to be flying to wherever they want to go to. Friday is still a big travel day. And especially at the end of the year after Christmas, but before New Year's, you're going to see a lot of travel, a lot of airport runs. So do what I call outskirting. This is the center. You want to drive at all the towns way around here. And the reason you do that is because people in those outside towns, they're going to be going to the airport runs. I see Hull. I don't know what... Oh, what I was doing. Anyway. When it comes to the airport runs, in Seattle we've got the rematch program. Some other cities do. But that's going to be a freaking amazing thing. When I get to that 20-mile rider... Hold on. You know what? I'm going to have to answer that question later on, because as comfortable as I am making these videos while I'm, driving, I really can't, focus dually. Now, with outskirting, what you want to do too is you want to focus on residential areas tomorrow, at least up until midday. And the reason for that is up until midday, that's when people are flying. You can start at 4 o'clock in the morning. Perfect. That's the exact time that you want to start. And I know that's super early. Maybe don't go to sleep tonight if you're not too tired to drive. But starting at 4 a.m. to about 11 a.m., that is when you're going to see a whole lot of people flying. After that, you're going to have a lull. You're going to have a slow time. And that's because unless they're tourists in the big cities, you're not going to see a lot of that. And you're also going to have a lot of people at work that they don't get off at, noon or 1 o'clock. So be prepared for a lull in your day. Take that as your lunchtime, your sleep time, something of that nature. Now, later on in the day, when you start going about 6 to 7 o'clock, tomorrow's the 29th, so people might get their party on a little bit early. You want to be around the residential areas and the bar areas. Start flipping between them, because people aren't going to be flying tomorrow night. It's the end of the year. You're going to find very few airport runs. And you're just trying to distract me from driving. That I can read in about half a second. Speed reading, people. Pick up a book. Anyway, if you are going to be in a rural area, then the big key to that is to find yourself a large store. And I'll tell you why. The reason you find large stores in really rural, boony areas like where I grew up, where there's more trees than people, there's more cows than people, you want to find the big stores because somebody's going to need a ride to and from there. And people tend to congregate more around the central areas. So you're going to get those long distance rides if you're in the rural areas. For example, if you want to look up Washington State map, look up Spanaway. Just south of Spanaway is Roy. Now, Roy is straight up banjos and fiddles. Ding, 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 ding. Like, it's my roots. But if you were to pick up in Roy, you could drive 10 miles one way, 10 miles the other. You ain't gonna get nothing. But if you stick around that hardware store and the Safeway, there's going to be a lot more families around those areas because families don't want to travel, especially the ones that are privileged. And guess what? You want the privileged families that want to take it over. Ta-da! So remember, the outskirt your major cities tomorrow, try and start as early as you can, because when you're outskirting, you're going to be hitting a lot of residential areas. One thing you can also do too is what I call freeway fishing. Now, of course, in fishing, you're in a boat, you're trolling along, and it gives the simulation of, you know, your bait floating. So you're doing the same thing here. When you are driving, your driving isn't your availability isn't in a circle, it's in a cone. Okay, because you're driving in this direction, that means you'll get to that person over there faster. Otherwise, you have to turn around and go back to this person. So it expands your area in front of you more than sitting still will open up the area behind you. And that's a fact. If you want to look into Uber's algorithms and Google Maps, you'll find that this is true. You just need to measure a couple trips in front of you while you're moving, and then measure a couple trips behind you when you're standing still. So when you're moving, you have a wider area and a wider reach. And this is important, because if you do freeway fishing, which is one of the tactics I'm doing tonight, because there's no rides, you basically hop on the freeway, you drive down, you keep your app on, and you keep to the right. Because when you get a ping, a lot of times it'll be a ping right before the exit. So you got to be ready to exit at any time. Otherwise, you're going to be unsafe. And I want you all to be safe. So keep your app on, stick to the right, or stick towards where the exit is going to be, where all of the exits are. And get ready for a ping, because the second you get a ping, pull off. If you don't pull off, you'll miss your exit, and you'll increase your wait time by 3, 4, 5 minutes, or your drive time, excuse me. And you'll add a couple miles. So if you're going to be freeway fishing, make sure that you have your app on and be ready to pull off the very second you get a ping. Now, sometimes you might get some split intersections like we do over in Kent. Send that question again, because I'll be able to check in just a second. But anyway, in Kent, you have a split-off freeway. Genius, answer my question, please. I don't know what your question is, but I will check back in a little bit, and I'll answer you in the comments. Anyway, these split-off freeways, you can't always tell, so you'll have to work off of experience. Best guess. Nope, I don't see it. But work off of your best guess when you're getting off and you see a V in the road, or a fork in the road. I mean, it's not always going to work, but more often than not, your best guess is going to be the right guess. Just follow your gut. But tomorrow, your biggest time is going to be late in the evening, because it's Friday, it's right before New Year's, people are going to get that early party on. So that's when you need to get out there and you need to drive. If you can catch those morning freeway runs, especially if you can pick up at the airport that you just dropped off at, that's important too. I know the last couple days have been, well, they've been rough for me. I don't know about you guys, but they've been rough for me. No rides practically at all today. And I've had my thing on for hours. And absolutely jack nada. So I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you have a wonderful new year, and I hope you make some sick money, because I'm gonna make a video tomorrow about what you should do on the New Year's runs in order to avoid those, hey, drive 18 minutes or drive 8 minutes and I just need to go up the road. I'm gonna teach you how to avoid those on a holiday season, but not tonight. For now, let's stick with this video. I'm glad some of you were watching, and I'm glad you left some comments. I'll answer them a little bit later. Anyway, drive safe, subscribe, comment. Later.